Are we on? Are we on? Did I do it right this time? I think I did it right this time. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. I can't believe that we're pretty much in the last week of August already. Although I am pretty much over this heat wave, all these various heat waves that's been bothering all of us over the past like 2 months, especially. I'm pretty much over that. So I'm looking forward to the fall. Yeah. So as if you're all coming in right now, Nita has a doctor's appointment, so I am flying solo today. But not really, because I am going to have all of you in the chat keeping me company. So I guess let me just remember how to work all this after a couple of weeks away, because Streamyard did another update again, and I can't find anything. So yeah. So I guess let's get this party started. I'll see you on the flip side. So stay tuned. Ah, there I am. There I am. Hold on. I don't like this aesthetic. Hold on. What are we doing here? Let's see. Layouts. Oh yeah, crop solo to show background image. Will it do that? No. Will it do? Oh, there we go. There we go. Much better. Much better. I look too big on the other one. On the other layout. So, hello and good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, there is no Nita today, which is a tragedy. It's just a tragedy because I don't know. For some reason, the vlogs are just not the vlogs when she's not here. So good morning, Rob. Good morning, Lou. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. Good morning. And yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. If you are watching us from Facebook, because that's pretty much the only outside place of YouTube we're streaming to now, come over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, keep them company. Because when Facebook acts up, we can't read your comments. So if you want to enjoy live interaction with the peanut gallery and me right now, so you're better off being on YouTube in the chat there. And while you're at it, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Yeah, so Nita has a doctor's appointment. I have the EGORAVEN campaign ending today. So the link to that is in the chat as well. I think we forgot to put it. I mean, I think there are links, automatic links in the show notes, but I put the link in the chat to EGORAVEN issue 11. Let me just bring that out here. So EGORAVEN issue 11 is in about its last hour on Kickstarter. So you have till the end of the show to join the 150 backers that have raised $4,325 on this campaign. Thank you so much, everybody who helped spread the word about this campaign while especially I was away for the past couple of weeks, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's see. I really do like the being able to see the background. So like I said, I'm very over this moisture in the air that keeps getting in the way, making me sweat. So if I look a little glistening on camera, it's because I don't know, every time I start the show, like the temperature's okay until I start the show, and I don't know whether it's because my adrenaline starts running or whatnot, but I start sweating like crazy. So bear with me. So, hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means?
Stay a while and listen.
I haven't played that one in a while. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy drama, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, like I said, is in its last hour on Kickstarter with issue 11 of this 16-issue series. You can also read my comics online at egoworks.com. And Tall Tales, that's TAILS online.com. And you can check out how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. If you're watching it from here as well, like I said, make sure you hit the like button and you smash that subscribe button. Do the kids say smash that subscribe button now? No, who cares? So but make sure you press that subscribe button. And again, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever any of the shows from my channel or Indie Comics Network goes live, so you don't miss any of the various the series that are available on the channel, all about indie comics and just comics in education in general. So no, Melissa, it's just me today. Yep, it's Nita is not here to tell you all about it. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, there we go. So Lou is representing the Peanut Gallery along and keeping Rob and Melissa company as well. So like I said, let's just do a real quick rundown of EGORAVEN, because like I said, there's literally under an hour to go. So it's let's see, where is everything? Like I said, I have to run everything myself now. So this is the campaign. So EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, is the story of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm and who trains to become a knight, hoping to win a king's favor and save her people. This is issue 11 of this 16-issue series. EGORAVEN returns to her beloved but besieged homeland of Edenron, joining a rogue band of elves and unicorns preparing for their chance to fight the Dragon Lords. But a trio of rivals from her past are not happy to see her back. So for this campaign, you actually get to see where on the journey we're on right now. So as you can see, we're on issue 11 right here. And we still have a little bit to go, but not much left. So it's like, that this is where it's oh my god, I'm sorry. It's like that's Einstein, who's decided to bring out all the noises for the show. Also, if you're wondering whether EGORAVEN is the type of book that you would be interested in, I created this series after years of binge watching shows like She-Ra and Dungeons and Dragons, reading comics like ElfQuest, and watching movies like The Last Unicorn and Lord of the Rings. Although the influences to EGORAVEN can also expand to more interesting avenues, but the references are there, the vibes are there just the same. If you've ever felt like an outsider struggling to find your tribe, this story of a wayward unicorn princess fighting for her place in the mortal world might be perfect for you. And here is our lovely trope tree for those of you who just want a really quick rundown as to what the story is about. And also, if you need something a little bit more to convince you to pledge to the campaign, you can also download a free 16-page sampler of the first issue to get you started. So here you have a couple of sample pages from the issue. And of course, we also have the prequel, which is an illustrated prose prequel, which takes place about 20 years before the main series. And it's a story about how EGORAVEN's parents got together because a unicorn girl just doesn't come out of nowhere. So with all the books are available on the campaign in both hard copy and PDF formats. So especially now, if you are overseas, PDFs might be the better way to go, because it's like, wow, is there a lot of nonsense going on in terms of shipping just anything anywhere. So there's also some extras in the add-ons, including the infamous medieval unicorn Viking slut, actually the Unicorn King's daughter, 2 comic parody set. It is a alternate universe story featuring EGORAVEN and fan favorite Loki, especially in his werewolf form. So if you missed this, it's also in the add-ons as well. Also, Tall Tales. If you're not familiar with my other book, Tall Tales, and you want to check that out, I have a PDF bundle in the add-on section as well. And if you've never pledged to a Kickstarter, this is your first time seeing one, I do have this graphic, pretty much walking you through how to pledge to the Kickstarter. And here I am in all my glory, along with some really nice comments from my friends who read the comic and would like to encourage you to read the comic as well. So enough of that. So we'll follow back on that before the end of the hour. So it is interesting to be back, especially by myself. It's like I know that it's been a little difficult keeping up with the show these last couple of months between Nita's doctor's appointments and the stuff that's going on my end as well. I actually had 2 back-to-back moves. I'm currently on the second move that I am currently helping out with. So I had to be away for a while to help my sister move, and now I'm in the middle of the process of helping my mother move. So it's a whole thing going on. So I figure, let's do a show before people completely forget that we even have a show. So yeah, but it just goes to show you that life will always get in the way, no matter how locked into your project you think you are, and we just have to maneuver around it, because it's like that's just what happens. I know that there have been plenty of creators who kind of like use, oh, life got in the way as their excuse pretty much to not keep up with their responsibilities towards their audience that they've built on their creative work. But yeah, we don't do that here. It's like, it's, or at least, we try not to. I ran the campaign, regardless of me not being around. But like I said, I want to thank everybody who helped spread the word on the campaign on EGORAVEN issue 11. I was a little concerned that if I wasn't personally rah-rahing it throughout the entire campaign, it wasn't going to do very well compared to the previous issues. And I was ready to take that hit because, again, I can't control what's going on around me. And sometimes, and the schedule still needs to be kept. I already had to delay it because of something else that I thought I was going to have to be doing, and that fell through. So when this came up, it's like, well, you know what? It's like, if I got to take a hit on the campaign, I'll take the hit, but I still got to run it. But obviously, from what you saw in the campaign, what I'm seeing on the campaign, actually the opposite happened. It actually matched the previous campaign for issue 10 that I did. Actually, it kind of beat it out for a little. Actually, no, I think it's matching. So, yeah. So I couldn't be happier with that. It's really nice to know that people, after all this time, after 11 issues, people are still hanging around and picking up EGORAVEN, regardless of whether I'm back here, sounding the horns or not. That just means that I created something that people are that interested in to keep up with. So, I appreciate every single one of you who support the book, who supported the book so far. I appreciate everyone who's picking up the book for the first time. Yeah, and like I said, it's like thank you so much, everybody, for helping me and my comic, and yeah, and we have, we just have a little bit left. Like after this issue, we have 5 more issues left before the very end of it. So yeah, so I'm glad that everyone's enjoying it so far. So yeah, so while I was away, at my mother's helping her pack, I still have to go back. So there's still going to be still some lags between getting the vlog back on schedule the way it was, because it's like we're going to have it Monday, Friday, and then I'm going to be gone again next week. And then September, hopefully we can get some semblance of of a schedule going, just for me to have to go back to disappear again in October. So probably at this rate, we're not going to see a normal schedule until next year. So but it's like sometimes it's good to get away from all of this, from the vlogs, because I didn't even draw for the last 3 weeks. I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but the thing is, though, it's like it was nice being forced not having obligations related to this, and it made me kind of like reassess like how I was doing everything, and and what changes would actually be good for me to make moving forward. So I guess just to reiterate from the previous show, I had to, because of everything that's going on, I had to cancel my Baltimore Comic Con appearance, so I will not be at Baltimore Comic Con. But I'm hoping, instead of like asking them for a refund, I asked them to apply it to next year's table, because I think by next year everything will be stable enough that I will be able to go to Baltimore again. I'll be able to go to Baltimore next year. But they told me the caveat was that as long as they're able to sell the table this year. And he said, and the guy said, it's like, well, we don't see that not happening. I mean, like happening, because it's like they always sell out by the time the convention starts. So that shouldn't be a problem. But if for some bizarre reason they can't sell the table, I lose that deposit and I would have to start from scratch next year, which is fine. It's like, look, I took a punt. I thought that I would be able to make it, but, there's a whole bunch, again, life gets in the way, right? So Baltimore had to be moved. As far as I'm concerned, Baltimore is moved till next year. The other thing that I know, I must have mentioned this, I did apply for a vendor table at Monsterotica, also in Baltimore, for next year. I'm hoping that this time around I was able to convince them that it's like, look, it's like I really want to vend at this show, and I'm going to be making actual product specifically for this show. In fact, before I started this vlog, I was trying to find my paperwork where I was showing, where I was like, what I did was like all the stickers and stuff that I was making, to show off at Monsterotica that just passed this May. And I made like a whole bunch of other things, kind of like getting a sense of like how much stuff, I have. And I actually surprised myself with the amount of stuff that I did have. There's still some pieces that I'm working on. But so I think that I have a pretty good lead if I get a vendor's table at Monsterotica. So I'm hoping I get that. Also another convention that I also signed up for. Again, I signed up for it. I didn't. There's no. It's not a confirmation. I didn't get a confirmation for anything yet. Is a BookCon. So in New York City, which it's run by the same people who do Anime NYC and New York Comic Con. So this is a Read Pop event. And BookCon is a book convention that they had discontinued several years ago. I think it was like around COVID or before COVID that they discontinued it. And I guess because of how books, especially the romantasy, book talk, the whole thing, how much that thing has popped off in the last 2 years, they've decided to bring that back. And they have an indie authors section. So I signed up for it. So because they didn't make a distinction between people who do graphic novels and comics and people who do novels. So it actually said, so do you do graphic novels? I was like, hell yeah. So I filled out that form. And I'm hoping I get into that as well. Actually, I'm really looking forward to, well, aside from Monsterotica, that's the one I'm really looking forward to. But BookCon especially, because it's like, I want to like, see like what that transition into the book space looks like. Like with Monster Erotica, like even though it's novels, it's like to see kind of like this beginning emphasis on comics as supplements to the novels. I really just want to start moving more into that book space just to see what would happen. I think especially nowadays, it's even more important for us as creators to to move out of this indie comics niche that we're in and really try to expand where we can also showcase our work. And sometimes, the places that you don't that you don't think of might be the ones you might thrive in. So I'm hoping that I get into those book conventions, because if I do get into those book conventions, it'll allow me to get into even more book conventions, because I'll have that experience already. Also, because also that requires me to also expand my artwork into those circles as well, which I have a plan for that as well. And that's what I was kind of like thinking about these past 3 weeks. It's like, okay, you know what? It's like I am literally physically and mentally out of this space that I reside in, that I work in. So it's like, how am I going to look at everything a little bit differently, right? So like I said, that one kind of like move into, and another thing that I was like seriously looking into as well are craft fairs in my area. There's a couple that I'm looking at. I just have to do a little bit more research into it, but I found that there are some, that there's some actually in my neighborhood that they hold like twice a year. So it's like, oh, okay, let's try that out as well. So again, just looking more into that, into expanding where you can find my work, essentially. Um, so yeah, that was another thing. Also, another thing, a little, just a little something. I guess a little something goofy to do on the show, on the vlog. So also while I was there, because I didn't have a laptop, I did bring my Kindle, but I really didn't feel like reading anything. I just literally just wanted to rot. It's like when we weren't packing for packing stuff and dropping stuff off at Salvation Army and packing up boxes and furniture and stuff, right? It's like we were just literally rotting. Mom was watching her Korean dramas, and I was in bed just watching like reels and stuff, just like literally doing this. I don't do this while I'm here. That was literally the only time I scrolled that much on on reels and on Facebook like that. It's the only time I've done that, right? And and the thing is, though, it's like it's like, I tried to stay away from the more incendiary stuff and just just like more like funny / educational. Yeah, everybody's into that, I guess, right? Yeah, Rob says that my mom has been watching Asian dramas lately too. I mean, yeah, it's like the Netflix recommendations look very different now than what they used to, um so so I was like trying to stick with more educational stuff, right? And there was like a couple of things I ended up, so you see the thing is that I ended up on the Asian like whatever the Asian part of reels that specialize in keyboard ASMR. And it's like, for some reason, all of these videos that I was watching was all Yeah, she started polluting my recommendations until I made her a profile. Yeah, like, oh, hello, Michael. Hello. So I bet you, I bet you, our moms that were been watching the same things. I swear to God. So I was watching like all these reels of these Asian accounts, these women with these perfectly manicured nails, very aesthetic, just typing on those mechanical keyboards. So it's like it's just and sometimes I will just sit there just listening to them typing on these keyboards, and also to see like the different aesthetic like looks of these mechanical keyboards with their custom keys, and like some of those things are expensive. Like I mean, like some of those keyboards could be like $200-$300. It's ridiculous. Although I did end up like kind of eyeballing a keyboard for later. It's but this one was out for a while, and I realized that it was still available, but I don't know if I'm actually going to pick this up, or just look at it, once in a while online. It's a limited edition mechanical keyboard based on the Lord of the Rings, and this is the Rohan keyboard, and it has like the Rohan icons, and and it's just like I was like, oh, that if I was going to get a keyboard, that's the keyboard I would get. Right. And and the thing is, when I'm watching these videos, I started thinking about like, it's like they're very, like they're very aesthetic, watching people type, and that's all they're typing. You're it's more for the sound, you know. But it kind of made me think, it's like, I kind of wonder, like, how do I take what I was seeing in these keyboard videos and apply it to like my own videos? Like, is there something about that I can like apply to the videos that I make? And I don't want to get like too crazy with the aesthetic, but I'm constantly trying to figure out ways to improve like how like I do videos for YouTube. And so I end up buying like kind of like more cute drawing gloves like this one. It was a set of 3 in like three different designs in these pastel colors. And it's like, and I'm kind of like wondering, it's like, oh, could I like imitate something like that, but I'm just drawing on the Cintiq, or just drawing in general, and just make it a little bit more like kind of like visually aesthetic. Like I don't know what I'm going to do about the ASMR thing. Like remember in the past, like speed paints or like all the rage on YouTube. They're not anymore, but like if somebody just wants to like listen to music and watch someone drawing in the background, it's like I'm sure there was a way if I make it. So that's kind of like the some of the thought process. But the other thing that kept popping up in my feed are the goddamn Labubus, man. I mean, the funniest videos just people were making about Labubus, and how crazy it is to get them. And because I have one that Jose got me, not for retail. It's like we were in a store nearby, and I was kind of like laughing about, oh, so these are the Labubus, and Jose had got me the Coke one. So I got the one with the Coke bottle that I really wanted. So that was the only one I wanted, right? So I mean, it's like, okay, I have a Labubu, great. It's like, it's not something I put on my purse, because I also kept seeing videos of how people were getting their shit snatched off their purses. I mean, to the point where it's like, if you had anything dangling off your purse, people would be just snatching them, because people would like, oh, I just know it's called Labubu and it hangs off a purse. So if that's and it's like sometimes, and if you can, sometimes like you go on eBay and you're paying like $60, $80. If you have a secret, it's like $300. So people just be having shit snatched off of their purses. So it's like Rob says those things are everywhere now and creepy as shit. My wife said she feels like they have bad juju. Right. And then Lou says, I can't do those ASMR bad crinkly stuff and whisper weirdness. Keyboards need to be quiet. Yeah, I guess it's like really, I think that we really are divided into two different people, like two different groups, like the people who like find weird comfort in those little noises and people who like are actually driven insane. Although there are some noises, it's for me, it's very particular. It's very particular because it's like, like the keyboard, I find them interesting. The whispering, not so much. Right. But of course, they're the people. I'm also, ironically, I can listen to keyboards, but if you're chewing with your mouth open at the same time, out the window, out you go. So yeah, it really depends on what exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't do the whisper thing. That's kind of, yeah, I can't listen to that either. But the bad juju, I see. The only reason I like these things, that the Labubus, is because it reminds me of Maurice Sendak. Um, it's like it reminds me of Maurice Sendak. It's like a Where the Wild Things Are, and that's the appeal that I see in them. Although it's funny, is like I remember going to PopMart. It was in Baltimore. We were at a mall, and there was a PopMart there, and this was kind of like I don't know, like kind of when the craze was like really getting started. And I went in there, and I'm like, they have a display, but they didn't have any of them on display. So I asked the guy who worked there, it's like, yo, what's the deal with these things? Right. And the dude got like 1,000-yard stare. And he says, oh, we don't carry them in the store anymore because people get violent. And I was like, what did you see, bro? What did you see? It's like, bro, it's like, are you having flashbacks right now? What did you see? So I left not knowing what it was, right? And then I ended up looking it up, and then it's like, yeah, it's it's a Chinese brand, right? This is from a Chinese artist, or it's like they're based in Hong Kong. And actually these things have been around since 2016. But they only popped off these last couple of last 2 years, because going back to the K-dramas, right? Some K-pop artist from Blackpink, she collects Labubus, and she was in an interview where she showed her collection off. It's like, oh, this is my Labubu, and I carry it on my purse. And then everybody lost their goddamn minds. So I started, but so that's like the long, short, whatever. So that's what happened, right? So everyone's like, so I started getting these videos, right? Melissa says the whispering is so menacing. Who talks like that to be calm? It sounds like they're sneaking up on me to do a murder. The Venn diagram between ASMR and true crime, right? And honestly, some of the videos I was watching on like the shit people were doing to get Labubus, it's like, yeah, that's some true crime shit. It's like they were showing people fighting and stuff, and it's like the lines that would like go out an entire mall whenever, even though people know that they're not in the store, they still line up anyway. Although the thing is though, right? So, long story short, right? So I'm sitting there rotting in bed, right? And I'm watching these videos, and then all of a sudden I start seeing videos on how to score a Labubu on the PopMart set, because they only sell it. You could only buy it online, and you can pick it up at the store or have it shipped to you, right? And all of a sudden I was seeing these like strategy videos, and it was like I swear to God, it was just like, what the heck? What do you mean strategy? It's either you buy it or you don't buy it, right? It's like, I didn't understand, like, it's like, oh, they have drops and it's every Thursday and Sunday and you have to do this, that, and the other thing. I'm like going, what is this? What's this unhinged shit, right? So there was a drop, right? And I decided, it's like, you know what? I'm sitting here rotting anyway. So let me just go to the PopMart site and see what's going on, right? And look, if you thought the fans were unhinged, it's because PopMart encourages this behavior. Because I could not believe what PopMart did for this. So let's go gambling. I swear to God, that's exactly what it felt like. It's not like you go to the website, they do a drop, and it's like you can either buy it or not buy it. No, you have to play a game. It's like all of a sudden, the guy on the bicycle, the clown on the guy's bicycle comes out. Like, do you want to play a game? And it's like, well, if you want a Labubu, you have to play a game. And it's like playing, it's like, so they did this thing on the website where you're playing those gachapon machines, like, or the, like those claw machines in real time on their website. So what it is that when they do a drop, they drop their entire inventory for that. Yes, I swear to God, you know, they drop their entire inventory. Say the drop has 1,000 boxes, because these are all blind boxes. You don't know what you're getting. So you have to sit there. So they come up with a graphic with the box, like with the box and all the little boxes, like you're in the store. And then you have to sit there mashing your screen, because you can only do this on your phone, mashing your screen as you're scrolling through the entire inventory, trying to get the boxes that are available. Because by the time the shit goes live, most of the boxes are grayed out, which means that they're reserved, i.e. the bots got to them first, right? So you have to scroll through the inventory, and whenever you see one of the boxes that's not grayed out, that's in full color, you have to smash that graphic. And that doesn't guarantee that you'll get that box, because it just means that it's available at that second. And because you can smash it, get it in your cart, and then it'll say it's not available because it's on reserve. Somebody else got the reservation first. So you're scrolling, smashing. It's like, and then I realized that's like, holy shit, I'm committed. I was just there to see like what everybody was talking about. But you're scrolling, smashing, right? And you get, and it's like, yeah, and I found myself committed. It's like, you're there, pat. And it's like, before I know it, 2 hours had passed. I was doing this stupid shit for 2 hours. It's like, this was the only way I would have ever have even like thought of playing this game, because I don't have time to do it. When I'm working, I don't have time to do this shit, right? It's because I was literally spending 3 weeks, you know, it's like packing and then rotting, right? So it's like, so I'm sitting there smashing my screen. I'm now completely locked in, pat, you know, trying to get this thing, right? So, you know, but I didn't get one, you know, so the 2 hours pass, the inventory disappears. That's it, right? But the funniest thing, right? It's like, oh, I just need one, right? Now I was so pissed off spending that 2 hours not getting one. I waited for the next drop. I waited for the next drop, because it's like, okay, now I know how to play this game, right? So now I know. Now I'm going to be there when, you know, when the drop happens. It's like it was just like, nah. Melissa says with so many products these days, it's not the product itself that's inherently bad. People taking it to the extreme and be broadcasting it like it's normal. Oh yeah, that really is like that hyper. Yeah, because it's like you would see videos of people who get like, oh, we're gonna open up a box until we get the secret, and they have like dozens of boxes like I don't know where they're getting them from, but it's like, yeah, it's unhinged behavior. But like I said, PopMart encouraged that. PopMart encourages that behavior because I was like locked in on the next drop day because it's like, look, okay, now I know how to do it. Now I know how to do it. So this was on like a Thursday. So on that Sunday, I get into bed and I'm like, okay, I'm locked in. We're ready. We're counting down to the drop, right? And then the drop happens. Bam! The game opens up. Bam, pap, 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 pap. We're going. It's like, this time I'm on a mission. I'm not, this is not just me spending time now, just wasting time. Now I'm on a mission. And again, it's like just about like, although this time, I think I was like almost an hour in, and I finally got one in my cart. Finally, so here it is. The product of all my effort. And this is all just to get this stupid shit at retail. Because this one that Jose got me was not retail. And so I got this directly from the PopMart website. And then not only that, I was a little worried because it had to ship from China. I didn't know that. I thought that these things were from the United States, or like in the United States. No, they shipped from China. So then I had to sit there worrying, do I have to pay an $80 fucking tariff on this just to get a stupid $30 doll? And then it turns out that PopMart pays the tariffs. So you don't pay tariffs, right? And then the day before, this was, 2 days before, actually it was the day I came back from Florida, right? One of our boxes, someone stole my box from Chewy. Like I had ordered some cat food and stuff, right? And I was looking on my Ring cam. I was at the airport. I was looking on my Ring cam because like, oh, my box had delivered and I wanted to check to see if Jose was home so that he can get the box from the front. So I saw the box. I saw the FedEx delivery guy. He put down the box, right? So I'm about to contact Jose to see whether he was home so he can get my box. And then while I'm watching on the goddamn Ring camera, another guy comes in and he takes my goddamn box. And I'm like going, that's not the FedEx guy. So I'm like thinking it's like the FedEx guy didn't make a mistake and take back the box. It's like, no, this is somebody else who just came in not even 10 minutes after the FedEx guy left and took my Chewy box. So, yeah, the thing is, I had some other packages on the stoop as well, but they didn't take that. They just took the Chewy box and left. And I'm like going, I just got porch pirated. They stole my cat food, my cat litter. So luckily I got a replacement. Chewy was really great. They didn't even question it. I said, look, somebody stole my box, and they replaced everything. I got it the next day. But I was worried about, it's like, I got this stupid thing coming in the mail. It's like, is this going to get stolen off of my porch? And I was watching videos on how PopMart had to change the tape on their boxes because people were stealing PopMart boxes, hoping to get they were hoping that they were stealing Labubus. So this delivered yesterday. I was watching the tracking like a hawk, to make sure. Actually, that kind of reminds me, we're also watching another box because I'm hoping that the thing was just a fluke, that it was just some guy who thought that he scored with a big box and he doesn't even know what's in the box. It's like, okay, all right, so we don't have to worry. Yeah, Jose's box didn't deliver yet. And he just thought he scored something big because the box is big. And it's like, no, I hope you choke on that cat litter, you asshole. But okay, so so I got my box, I got my replacement, right? So I was concerned that this one was going to get pilfered, but honestly, I really do think it was probably just a fluke. And I really, I know it says Chewy on the box, but I guess the guy either didn't know, or my sister, she said that no, pet supplies are really expensive. So I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, I got my box. So let's open this box. This box that I smashed my phone for 4 hours in total trying to so here's the box. So let's open it up, right? Oh, it comes in okay, it was funny, right? Is that the ones that I kept seeing, oh, that's cute. It comes in a little drawstring bag now. Because before, the ones that I was seeing, they were tearing the bags open, but I guess with every new printing that they do I guess they did a bag this time instead of a pouch. So I already know what's in here because one, it comes with a little card that tells you what's in the box, right? That tells you which one is in the box. And also when you order it from PopMart, it gives you a Funko Pop. Yeah, and a Funko Pop made a baby and called it Labubu. Yeah, and that was the funny thing. Someone had described Labubus as they're what is it? It's like they're cute. They're cute, but they're cute trying to be ugly, while Funko Pops are ugly trying to be cute. So they have a little card that shows you the one that you're going to get before you even open the bag. So and also on the website they told me, because you can do like, shake and open so that you know what you're getting. So so this is exciting macaron toffee. So I actually like the little baggie, so I'm not mad. At least the baggie can serve a purpose. It even has little holes in it. I don't know, so it doesn't suffocate, I guess. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a Labubu. That's, I mean, come on. It's like the Maurice Sendak vibes are right there, right? That's, I mean, honestly, I think it's really cute. I worked so hard for you. Yeah, so I don't know. I like it. I don't regret what I did. Won't do it again. Because like I said, the amount of effort you have to put into getting one of these, it's just completely unhinged. And especially now that in Asia, it seems that the craze has died down. So now you can just walk into the store and buy it if you want it. Like the craze, the trend is dead there. So I'm figuring after Christmas, we're going to be finding these everywhere. So yeah, that's a Labubu. There we go. So yeah, so I guess we'll just put this. Although honestly, though, like I said, people are really unhinged about these things. So I would not put this on my purse. I would not go outside with this. Cause yeah, cause people are nutty. It's like, look, I like it. It's a she. I learned. No, there's no need. There's no need for an intervention. No, because you know what it is. It's not like collecting. When I was collecting from like Kid Robot or Super Plastic, the little monsters. Do I have one? That's no, those are like glued. I don't have. Yeah, I don't have any Super Plastic that's within arm's length right now. Because this is it. Like the collection is just this in different colors, right? And that in the end, that really doesn't do anything for me, because it's like, like at least this one's holding a Coke bottle, right? But it's not like there's anything else to this, so there's no reason for me to have like 50 of these. Because it's just the same thing, just in different colors. And it's like, and that really doesn't interest me as much. Although I gotta buy him pants, though. It's a her. The Labubus are hers, and it's the Zimomos that are male. The Zimomos are boys, and the Labubus are girls. So it's all she. So yeah. Although I do like how people buy clothing for. So there's these pants I want to buy for it. So I'll buy pants. I'll buy pants for it. That's the extent of it. But no, so it's not the same. It's not like they have like different artists designing and you get like different versions. Like, no, it's just this. It's just in different colors. And then I put pants on it and we call it a day. So speaking of calling it a day, so we have 2 minutes left on EGORAVEN. Yeah, you don't have to. She's very soft. She's very soft. I do have to admit. I like I said, I don't regret it. I don't regret the effort. Oh, hello, Matthew. Hello. So yeah, so we have 2 more minutes left on EGORAVEN, and let's see, can I just put that there? Yeah, I could just put that there. And yeah, so the link is in the chat if you want to pick it up before it closes. So yeah, let me see. Let me just reload this. Oh, we're in the seconds now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. That was not the ASMR you guys needed. I'm very sorry. I ended up snorting. It's like, no, that is not what you guys needed. So yeah, so we have hundreds. There we go. So yeah, so if you want to pick up EGORAVEN, you have 94 seconds to go to pick up issue 11. So yeah, so like I said, thank you everybody for supporting the campaign while I was gone, brain rotting and trying to get the one of these little things and fighting the PopMart website, so I can make bad financial decisions. No, it wasn't that bad. It was like, look, I bought it at retail, so so yeah, so it was it's thank you again for helping keep my books consistent, I guess, in terms of support. A lot of people have been seeing their campaigns backslide, and I am so fortunate that to have an audience like you who are enjoying the series enough that I'm not seeing the same downturn a lot of other creators are, and I want to just thank everybody for that, for supporting the book the way you are. It just means that I'm doing something right. And I appreciate every single one of you. 210. Happy New Year. Thank you so much to everybody who helped with the campaign. And we are done. We are done with, let me do the refresh here. Thank you so much to the 151 backers who pledged $4,228 to help bring this campaign to life. This is, yeah, exactly. It's like, unfortunately, Sam, with his Christmas in July Alien in My Toilet special, he had to cancel that. And it's always sad when you have to make that decision. And, look, it's like what Sam says, it's like, it's a learning experience. He's going to come back stronger. He already has Forbidden on on pre-launch right now for the full I think it's like the full trade, the full hardcover trade, I think it is, for Forbidden. So it's like, it's like that, seeing other people, other creators having a hard time, and to know that my audience is staying strong, after 11 issues. I mean, really, it's like, in the end, I can't ask for more than that, I mean, well, actually, I could ask for more. I can always ask for more. But I mean, really, though, thank you so much, everybody, for your support on EGORAVEN. I can't wait to get this issue to you. Again, just to warn everybody, this campaign did have a much longer delivery date than I usually have, because of all the things that's going on my end, that is going to kind of postpone when I want to get certain things done and get the books out to you. But you will get your books. You will get your books out. It'll just take a little bit longer than it usually does, but I'm hopefully not too long that people will start asking, wasn't I supposed to get this book already? So, because I have to maneuver around things that I have to maneuver around, right? So, so like I said, thank you, everybody, for supporting issue 11, and we will see you for issue 12. God, I can't believe that we are already at this point. So here's a sneak peek at the next issue. And so I will see everybody then. But yeah, Melissa says, I'm nervous about my upcoming campaign, but I'll never know if I don't try. It's like, yeah, that's, and in the end, it's like, that's the thing that we have to do. I mean, it's like, yeah, we put our heart and soul into these books, into the stories that we create, into these comics that we make. And yeah, and it's like, once it's out there, we have no control over how an audience is going to come out, for it. But you don't know until you try, and the only thing that we could do is use the information that we've learned from, that we can, learn from, that we have. Oh, hey, HR, hello. That is to take the information that we've learned on previous campaigns and apply it as best we can. And just see it from there. I mean, it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, Hey, Joseph. But like, yeah, it's like you said, we don't know if we don't do it. And sometimes it's like, look, it's not an L. It's only an L because you learn something from it. That's it. I mean, it's like, it's, take the L because you'll learn something from it at worst, I mean, so don't be afraid of the L's, it's like every time I look, I thought I was gonna have to take an L on this campaign because I wasn't promoting it myself directly. And I thought that the campaign would suffer as a result, and I was willing to take that chance. And obviously I was wrong, but I'm happy to be wrong in this case. So yeah, that's all we can do. But again, like, thank you so much to everybody who supported. I think that the best that we could all hope for is that our sales on a long-term project just remain consistent, with the campaigns. Because in the end, I don't like roller coasters. So maybe it is a good thing I never had like the really, really big campaign and then, seeing it nosedive, and Rob's right. That's the power of having built up your audience. It's like, especially if you're building your audience based on your actual story and how you're telling your story, and not on like gimmicks or things, that you especially have no control over. You can only control your story, but in the end, you can't control your audience, regardless whether you're there for your story or the gimmicks. But if you do it right, you'll build an audience that will stay with you no matter what, that they will see your series to the end. Oh, and by the way, Rob also has a pre-launch for, what was it, Snowball issue 4, right? It's also on pre-launch. So if you've been following that series, if you've been following Rob's book, his book is on pre-launch right now. Like I said, Sam Vera is putting out Forbidden in I guess like a complete trade. That's also on pre-launch. Melissa has The Alchemist of Aurelia. That's also going to be coming soon to Kickstarter. So it's like, yeah, it's like everybody's putting their hearts on their sleeves and on Kickstarter. And all we can do is just support everybody the best we can. I mean, yeah, what book? Just put your book title and just say if it's on what book are you doing? It's like, so go ahead, Matthew. What book do you have on Kickstarter as well? So yeah, so check out, these books that are being mentioned in the chat. And just, support, like even that's right, I have a cover. I have a cover on Snowball 4. I forgot. You know what it is? I keep confusing Snowball with Nightwolf. But either way, it's fine. It's fine. Support Rob on either one of those books. So yeah. So I guess that's it for me on this show. Like I said, everybody in the chat, say hello to Nita and hope that she is feeling better, because like I said, she's at a doctor's appointment right now. So hopefully everything's okay with that, and hopefully on Friday we will be kind of back to normal until I have to skip another week again. So yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today on closing out Egoraven, welcoming my new Labubu into the world. So thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining me. Thank you so much to our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much for having me babbling in the background while you do very important work. I'm sure you're doing very important work while you're listening to me, right? And if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and all my other stuff that I do, including any upcoming campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com. Hold on. Oh, let me remember how to do this. At egoworks.com. Hold on. I gotta turn off the chat. Sorry, chat. EGOWorks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook if you're into seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And you can also find me on YouTube for all my videos and my semi-weekly art live streams, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, although that's also, the schedule for that has also been all over the place. Wednesday, I don't think I'll be, I'm not going to be able to do one on Wednesday. I have appointments on Wednesday. So, you know what? They'll be back soon, just not right now. So, but when I do my live streams, it's usually on Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours of just me drawing and talking to the chat, kind of like being at a convention without you worrying whether you're blocking my table or not. If you want an easier way of reading EGORAVEN, if you just missed the campaign, you can head on over to my website at egoworks.com, where you can read EGORAVEN for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. Or you can check out EGORAVEN on Webtoon, probably the easiest way to read EGORAVEN online. You head on over to Webtoon. EGORAVEN updates every Tuesday. And if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, Tall Tales is also on Webtoon as well. So, and Tall Tales updates every Thursday. You can also read Tall Tales in its current entirety on my website as well at Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com. Just go to EGOWorks. Just go to EGOWorks and hit the link to Tall Tales, and you can read the entire series so far on my website as well. So that's it for me. That's it for my Labubu. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate every single one of you. And I appreciate every single one of you. And what else? Yeah, and you know what? And that's kind of it for me. So again, thank you so much. I hope Nita is better. So I hope Nita gets good results from her appointment. We'll see everybody back on Friday. Let me just get out of here. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. The ancients, and in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you too can get a Labubu on the PopMart site for retail. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?